Roswell UFO Crash to be officially disclosed as time-traveling future humans. On June 18, President Donald Trump replied to a question about the Roswell UFO crash from his son Don Jr. in a podcast. Trump's reply was that he would consider declassifying what occurred at the 1947 event that was very interesting. According to new information from Secret Space Program insider Corey Goode, Trump was told that the Roswell UFO crash involved time-traveling humans from the future. Goode has recently revealed that he is again receiving briefings from reliable insiders about various classified programs. I have in the past discussed Goode's credibility both as an insider himself with first-hand witness information and also as a conduit for other insiders who release information and documents to him. This was best exemplified in two leaked Defense Intelligence Agency documents that he was the first to publicly reveal back in December 2017. The documents were given to him from a trusted DIA source. According to newly acquired information from Goode, there is consensus within the Deep Black operations community to move forward with a limited hangout where some of the truth about secret space programs will be revealed while much will continue to remain hidden, including the existence of extraterrestrial life. This is what Goode wrote to me about what Trump had been told and what is about to be officially disclosed. Quote, I have mentioned this in the past. It was brought up again recently after Trump commented on Roswell. POTUS, Roswell briefings are basically this. Roswell was not an alien event. It was a mishap from the US in the future. POTUS is told that the majority of the lights seen in the sky are from our own craft operating in the future and creating a temporal butterfly effect. They are told that what the ancients saw in the sky was often the exact same phenomenon. POTUS is under the impression that because of tests being run in Roswell during the same time that future craft were operating in that space at a later time, that it caused the craft to pull into the past and crash, thus beginning the new tech boom after World War II. End quote. This more accurate account of what happened at Roswell when compared to an official US Air Force report released in 1995 will nevertheless disappoint many wanting full disclosure of the extraterrestrial intervention in human affairs that stretches back into antiquity. It appears that those briefing Trump have decided that it is too soon for humanity to be told the full truth and that a limited hangout must be put into effect, and Roswell will be the linchpin for that to happen. Goode continued to explain what he had been told by his sources. Quote, there is a constant contact between the present and the future since the late 50s. The plan that Q often mentions was delivered to the mid-1960s pre-alliance members in full, and that plan has been followed ever since. These people carry those weird-looking pages like from the 80s and 90s that has a flip-out keyboard that allows the person to communicate with their future self and command center within these programs. There are quantum computers that are used for this communication, and it operates in reciprocal dimensions where time flows in different directions and at different rates. Data is transmitted in these alternate dimensions. There is a major time war going on between humans from two timelines. One is more of the wingmaker type of future where AI controls a very small population on Earth. There is another group fighting to preserve the timeline by stopping the manipulation of timelines so that they all collapse into the proper one per extraterrestrial/Anshar guidance. End quote. This will not be the first time that a narrative explaining a temporal war between two factions of future humans has been leaked into the public arena. Back in 2004, Dan Burish, a microbiologist, came forward to reveal what he had witnessed in classified programs about the existence of two factions of time-traveling future humans, aka extraterrestrials, trying to deal with the converging timeline paradox that would occur by 2012. Of course, what Burish predicted did not happen, suggesting he was disseminating disinformation in a limited hangout, or such a converging timeline paradox had been delayed. I did have a series of email Q&As with Burish back in April 2004 and concluded he was part of a limited hangout. It's no great surprise that information similar to his is now being spun for a more modern audience, including Trump, according to Goode. Quote, "We are told that some of these people from the future are working directly with elements of current era deep black intel agencies. They have portals in these locations that they do point-to-point transfers of people and supplies from. Very interesting stuff, and I can see how POTUS would buy this over little green men, especially with his history with his uncle who worked on the Tesla papers." End quote. Goode was here referring to Dr. John Trump, who was a full professor at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology in 1943 when he was asked by the FBI to evaluate the national security implications of the papers of the recently deceased Nikola Tesla. Professor Trump later told his nephew Donald about some of the advanced technologies used in classified programs, which has led to much speculation over what the current president knows about flying saucers and the Roswell crash. On July 13, I spoke with Goode, who explained that future disclosure announcements will be limited to advanced technology patents that will be released to the general public, similar to 5 recent patents granted to the US Navy concerning electromagnetic propulsion, power, and defense. This patents-oriented disclosure process will better familiarize the scientific community and public with principles of time travel and electromagnetic propulsion in order to get them to accept the limited hangout narrative that all UFO sightings involve humans from the future. Goode explained that the deep state's limited disclosure narrative is to be dragged out for as much as 50 years. This will prevent the truth from emerging about what has been occurring since the World War II era concerning extraterrestrial visitors and reverse engineering programs. Space Force will gradually incorporate advanced technologies used in secret space programs, but there will be no public acknowledgement that such technologies were covertly used prior to the formation of Space Force. More of what was covered in our July 13 discussion will be released soon. The fact that Roswell has been put on the public radar by Trump and his son does make it very possible that the first official disclosures about the UFO phenomenon is going to involve this classic 1947 flying saucer event. The language used by Trump in describing his knowledge of the incident, quote, "It's very interesting," end quote, does suggest he was briefed about a more terrestrial explanation than extraterrestrial visitors. Time-traveling humans, as Goode claims his sources told him, would be more consistent with Trump's low-key response to the question posed by his son. The explanation that Roswell involved time-traveling future humans who arranged for the crash to occur to speed up our technological development certainly sounds plausible and will appeal to those wielding Occam's razor to dismiss the extraterrestrial hypothesis. Nevertheless, we need to keep in mind that even such a significant disclosure would still be a limited hangout designed to punt the full truth far into the future. This has been Dr. Michael Salla with exopolitics.org. I wish to announce a webinar series on China's secret space program that will be held on July 18 and 25. Information is on my website. There are still places open for those interested. Thank you for listening and subscribing to my YouTube channel. Aloha.